In this video we will show you how you can quickly and easily assemble the pallet truck with scale PCE-PTS 1N.
A very warm welcome to PCE Instruments, your manufacturer of test and measuring instruments for industry, trade and research. PCE, professional, calibrated equipment.
The pallet truck scale is delivered on a pallet. On the pallet, at the first sight you should find the following items: the pallet truck, large cardboard box and the drawbar. Packed out it looks like this. Every display is adjusted and has the corresponding serial number. After receiving the scale it is to be controlled. In the delivery we have the pallet truck, the drawbar, the steering wheels, the display, the user manual, the charger and the hubcap. For the assembly we need following tools: snap ring pliers, 13 and 14mm socket wrench, spanner and ring spanner, a small Phillips screwdriver, a small screwdriver, 6 Allen key and a pliers. For the assembling we leave the pallet truck on the pallet and start with the assembly of the wheels. First we remove the screw in the axle of the wheels, and then with the help of the snap ring pliers remove one of the wheels from the axle. After this we put it through the opening for this in the lifting cylinder. Thereby it is to watch the screw hole, then fix the axle with the screw, then we put the second wheel onto the axle, watching the position of the bearing, because the flush surface is the inside. Now we put the spring ring back in, after controlling the spring ring and how the wheels turn, is the bearing closed with the protection cap. Now we come to the assembling of the scale display. For this we have to loosen the display from the bracket using a Phillips screwdriver. The bracket we now fix using the Allen key to the pallet mover. Is the bracket assembled, we now feed the 4 cables of the single cells into the display bracket. For this there's a hole in the bottom of the bracket. The cable should be kink free and non-violently be fed through. Now we connect the weighing cells with the display unit. As a base we use a piece of foam so that the display isn't scratched. Then we look at the labeling of the cables as well as the connection board more precisely. All of the cables is marked with a colour which also has a letter. The first cable is marked red. Red, as we can see, is red equal J1A. Also the connection point is marked with A. The second cable is yellow, so yellow J2B. The third is blue, blue J3C. And the fourth is black, black J4D. Do not mix up the cables or there can false weighing happen. Now we can see that all 4 cables have 4 cores: green, black, white and red. These colours you can also find on the connection board. These have S+, S-, E+, E-, S+ with green, S- with white, E- with black, E+ with red. On the side of the connection board you can find these 2. So as they are marked, so are the cables to be connected. The wires of the black mark cable are connected to DJ4, red at E+, black at E-, green at S+, and white to S-. Then each wire is to be controlled if the clamp holds. The connection of the other wires is done the same. Are all wires fitted? You have to do a function test. This is very easy to see if the reaction of the scale is what is wanted. For this, all 4 corners are to be loaded and tested how the scale reacts. Are in all 4 corners similar weights, then it is connected correctly. If in one or more corners the weight reacts strangely, then you have to test the wire connection. Afterwards, the wires are to be put into the display holder and then screw the display to the display holder. The last step is the assembly of the drawbar. First of all, we remove the safety pin and remove the shaft. In the shaft there is an opening where inbuilt upstatus the level chain is put through. Then take the drawbar with the wheels turned to the press cylinder into the holder and guide the shaft through. Afterwards, the chain is put through the hole in the shaft. Securing of the shaft is done with the safety pin. For the transportation is the cylinder secured with a travel limiter. To take the safety catch off, you have to push the drawbar so far down that the cylinder is loaded. Then the safety pin can be easily taken out. Now the chain has to be locked into the foot lever. For this, the lever is in the handle of the drawbar is to be put into the end position, so that it reaches its maximum length. After hanging the chain, is with help of the nut the way of the chain to be restricted. Now you have to test if the lifting and lowering mechanics work. For this, it is to be watched what the position of the lever in the handle is. The pallet truck with scale is now ready to use.
Discover and order the latest measuring and test equipment now on www.pce-instruments.com.